cleaned this. I wiped tables for it. I steamed milk for it, and it was totally not worth it. Who's FICA? Why is he getting all my money?
As stated before, once you get your first paycheck or you have an earned income, you're going to have to pay your taxes. In the Friends Clip, Rachel gets her first paycheck. Well, in reality, FICA isn't a person, but it's the government. And specifically, it is certain taxes that are withheld from every single paycheck. Now, FICA, or the Federal Insurance Contributions Act, actually has two things that fall under it in terms of tax. The first is Social Security tax, which provides a benefit to anybody who's retired. The second is a Medicare tax, and that provides medical benefits for people who retire or once they hit age 65. Other things that are taxed from your paycheck include state taxes and federal income taxes. And these finance things like wars, community development, law enforcement, could be roads, schools, anything like that. The last thing that you can take out or deduct, withhold from a paycheck would be certain benefits. Now, these don't have to be taken out or withheld. This is totally up to you as the employee. Some examples might be if you wanted to take out union dues. You could take out more money that you put into a 401k, which is a retirement account. You could take out or withhold money to pay for health insurance. Again, some people don't take out any money or withhold any money for their benefits, but some do. So the employers are going to withhold the taxes from the employee's paycheck, and then they're going to send all the withheld taxes or deductions to the federal government. So originally, when you get your paycheck, you get what's called your gross pay. That's your big fat amount that you earn. In actuality, you're going to take home what's called the net pay. So like this little skinny guy, which is the amount you're going to receive after deductions.
This is Sarah. Sarah works 40 hours a week as a nanny for Mrs. Miller. Sarah is paid $15 per hour. Every week, Mrs. Miller pays Sarah. To calculate how much to pay her, she multiplies 40 hours by $15 to get $600. This is Sarah's gross pay. Next, Mrs. Miller calculates the payroll and income taxes she will deduct from Sarah's gross pay. For Social Security and Medicare tax, Mrs. Miller multiplies $600 by 7.65% and gets $45.90. Next, she checks IRS and state tax tables to find out how much federal income tax, $60, and state income tax, $25, to deduct from Sarah's gross pay. Mrs. Miller subtracts these amounts and writes Sarah's paycheck for $469.10. This is Sarah's net pay, or take-home pay. Mrs. Miller has to set aside the tax funds she deducts from Sarah's paycheck and send them to the state and federal tax authorities when they are due.
So, as you saw in that video, certain deductions are based off of specific set percentages, but the federal income tax and your state income taxes are deducted by using the employee's W-4 form. So the employee would complete the W-4 form, which is their withholding allowance certificate, and that determines how much federal income tax or state income tax is withheld from each paycheck. This W-4 form, as you can see, changes the amount of withholdings depending on your marital status, allowances claimed by the employee, any additional amount you want to include to withhold, and any exemptions that you withhold. So in this case, we have a W-4 form for Alicia Myers. Notice that Alicia is single and she is claiming one withholding allowance. So we're going to pretend that Alicia is a physical therapist and she earns a gross pay of $2,000 a month. And we have to take out or deduct all of her taxes. So first, her employer is going to take out her FICA, which is her Social Security and Medicare tax rates. Now, in order to figure this out, we're going to take her gross pay, which, if you recall, was $2,000, and we're going to multiply it by that percentage as a decimal. So for Social Security, I'm taking 2,000 times 0.062 because that's the percentage for Social Security. So the amount that we're taking out of her paycheck for Social Security is $124. For Medicare, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take her gross pay and we're going to multiply it by the decimal version of 1.5%. So 0.0145, which means we deduct $29 for her Medicare taxes. Then, by using her W-4, her employer is going to say that she is going to pay a federal income tax of $200 and a state tax of $37. And she also decides that she wants to take out $50 for her retirement benefits. When we add all of those deductions together and then subtract them from the overall $2,000, that's going to give us our net pay for Alicia. So if I take my calculator and I start with 2,000 and subtract 124, 29, 200, 37, and $50, Alicia's net pay, or the amount she gets to take home, is $1,560. Her employer is then going to send $390, which is the total of our deductions, to the federal government and the state government for taxes. And then the $50 is going to be put into the retirement fund.